Welcome to Call to Purpose. I'm Toni Riley, the author of The Bright Side of Broken and the owner of Olive Grove Therapy based in Fort Worth, Texas.
I'm Amy Coppola, founder of Call to Purpose nonprofit and owner of Alphazula Professionals. Today we're going to talk about Spring Has Sprung. This is our March episode and it includes International Women's Day. Hi, welcome back to the show. Today we're going to talk about Spring Has Sprung, right?
Yeah.
All the new beginnings that happen in March. It's an exciting time of year. If you've braved the winter weather, it's starting to get nicer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great. Hello, Amy.
Toni,
How are you?
good.
It's good to see you, as always.
Good to see you too.
So spring has sprung.
Yes, spring has sprung, and we have International Women's Day. Is there anything in particular that you do for that holiday on March 8th?
I don't.
Okay. I have friends that speak at different locations, and one of my dear friends in Denver she sends flowers and does amazing things for other women. So it's a very sweet, and she's European, so it's a very sweet holiday for her to celebrate other women, which is very neat.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
one of the main topics for me is, Women's Day and like understanding our worth and realizing that you don't have to work yourself into the ground to be worthy of success.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep. Well, I can say being raised Catholic, it was like
that.
works based. Like you
Yes.
basically the way I was taught was your worth came from what you did, and
right.
you had to do a lot. It was
Right.
all about works, not
The
about
harder you work, the more you're going to achieve, right?
and the more you're going to be worth
Yeah.
something.
Yep. Yeah. and
So
as I get older, I realize that you don't have to
that's
do
not
that.
true at all.
Yeah. And that's my word for the year is surrender. Last year, I learned a lot of that because letting go and letting God was, sometimes if you're really frustrated or you can't get through a block and you just walk away, it really helps you reset. And sometimes when you stop pushing so hard, it actually makes things break open and move forward.
Nice.
Yes.
Without you even
Yes.
having to do something.
Yeah. And as you know, I grew up on a farm, so it was always about hard work.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think you probably, I know that you fall into this category as well as being we're guilty of being overachievers.
Yes.
Overachievers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I just call it lifelong learner.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I'm definitely that as well.
Yes. I got rid of the overachiever.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So after a long day, I was going to also bring up this topic. After a long day, how do you reset? So spring is kind of like a reset.
Like a new beginning.
In our environment, right? Like the snow melts, the flowers come out.
Yeah.
But you could.
One of my two favorite times of the year.
Yeah, I know. It is my favorite time of the year. I'm like excited to talk about.
Yeah.
March,
watching the flowers bloom.
Yeah.
I always know when it's spring because I'll go out for a run in the morning and I smell, there's a certain flower and I'm not sure which flower it is, but as soon as I smell that, I'm like, oh, it's spring.
Yeah.
It makes me so happy.
Yes. And there's a reason they call it spring cleaning, right? It's cleaning out, you can use it to clean out your house. You can clean out, issues in your life, what's going on in your life.
New beginnings.
New beginnings.
Yeah,
I
fresh
love
start.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very nice.
But some of the things that, after a long day, I think you asked, what do I do to reset? Typically, after I get home, I still have to cook dinner and do all that, and
right.
Usually I'll just go in the other room after dinner's over. I'll go in the other room and just like do some self-care.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like washing my face sometimes just feels like
wash the day
calming.
off.
Yeah, calming, and just like putting on really comfortable clothes and
nice.
Just being able to be for a little bit without having to be on.
Right.
Because in my job, I have to be on at all times.
Yeah. Yeah, you deal with people all day.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's good just to give myself some
a nice break.
Alone time.
Nice.
Even though I'm an extrovert, I still
yes. We've talked
somebody
about
was talking
that.
about Myers-Briggs test a little bit ago.
yes.
So
we both have that extrovert, but yet I think we both recharge when we're home alone. And yeah. That's in my corporate career. I traveled all the time, so I would land. You know, wherever I was living, I would land, I would get groceries and then not leave my house for the weekend just to like recharge because I was in meetings and with people and dinners. Yeah, it was just too much.
Yeah.
So
now see, and I on the other hand have to, like, I do like my alone time.
Yeah.
But then if I don't go out for more than a day, if I'm at home, I have to at least go to the coffee shop or go to the grocery store and just to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Because that recharges me.
Yeah, it's scary how long I could stay home alone.
Wow.
yes. yes. But it's good because, you know, you got to force yourself to get out and
Oh yeah.
And I'm much better now. When I was younger, it was easier to recharge and be at home.
Oh.
And now that I'm older, I think I don't know. Isn't it?
See, I feel like I've balanced out more on the other way.
Okay.
Like I like to be alone more than I did before.
Yeah.
So
I guess my difference probably is I'm choosing who I want to spend the time with.
Yes.
Instead of like wide open, you know, talking to anyone.
Yeah.
There's
Yep.
Yeah. I have my handful of people that I want to communicate with and spend time with.
Definitely.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. Quality as opposed to quantity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's important.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
Cool.
I agree.
Yeah. So any other tips for, you know, new beginnings, starting your day over, or, you know, clearing out your day?
It is important to clear out certain parts of your day for, you know, because like just for, so that you don't get overloaded. Because I know people will be like, hey, well, can you give me a call later, you know, or, you know, hey, I got a question for you, or like, oh, hey, you know, I get a lot of people who like
want a piece of you.
Yeah.
That's what that sounds like to me. They want a piece of you.
But it's like you can't give all of yourself, because if you do that, then you know, are susceptible to getting sick, or, you know, if you're giving too much of yourself, then there's that saying, you know, if you, like being a caregiver, if you're not caring for yourself, you can't be a caregiver for other people as well. So it's so important to take care of yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
Too. Yeah. So, and there's lots of ways you can self-care. And I don't know if we've gone through this list or not, but there's plenty of things that you can do to take care of yourself. Whether it's, you know, and you don't have to necessarily spend money, but you know, going for a walk, walking to the park, taking your dogs out, playing with your dogs if you have pets or cats, whatever you have. Playing with them.
Go have a coffee.
You get a manicure, pedicure. Just doing something for yourself. Get your hair done. You can journal. Journal is actually,
I love
you mentioned journaling.
Yeah.
That's a great way to give yourself some time and kind of like analyze your thoughts in your day. And
journaling really helps me clear things out, process emotions, just kind of
I used to do that every day. I used to write in a journal every day, and I would write what I did that day. And like what I was, you know, if I felt like writing down my feelings, I would do that. But I don't do that anymore. Maybe I should pick it up again.
Do you feel like you need to do it? Like maybe you've outgrown it and you do it a different way now?
Yeah, I probably do it a different way.
Okay.
Yeah, there's different ways. Yeah, we go through phases where, you know, we evolve into new things, and whatever works.
I would say once a week I write down, how my week was, how I'm progressing on my goals. It's just great. Like a self-reflection of where you're at and what you're doing. Yeah. So, that helps me a lot. And it's really fun to go back and read your old journals.
Yeah.
And realize how much your mind has evolved and changed over the time.
Grown.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, actually, I had a whole bunch of journals from like years, and I went through them all, I read them all, and then I threw them.
Really? You threw them out?
I did.
You should have typed them in a Word document or something.
Maybe, but I think I didn't like the
itself.
person I was.
Oh.
And I had changed.
Yeah.
It was before I was a Christian, so.
Yeah, gotcha.
I was like, yeah, no, bye. It's like
that would be an interesting book, though, the evolution of you going from
Tony
that
Riley.
Person to yes.
Evolution.
It's the sequel to your Bright Side of Broken. I love it.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
That is. And if people out there need help with figuring out how to decompress or process emotions, we do have life coaches that can help with that. We have a great group of people. So, yeah.
So, do we want to talk about health?
We can talk about health.
About how we can take, self-care also means like what you're putting into your body.
Yes.
That's part of
you're watching.
Loving.
Yeah. I know.
Giving to yourself.
I have to tell you, when it comes up with screen time, it's like I'm challenging myself to make that go down.
Go down.
Yes. And sometimes it's crucial, right, with our jobs and things, but yeah.
Yeah, you can it's easy to get sucked into social media or whatever it may be that
it is.
Keeps you going.
Yeah.
And that's designed that way to keep you
addicted to it, right?
To it, yeah.
Well, one of the things a friend of mine shared was to delete the apps off your phone so that you don't just go and log in and scroll and, have you ever spent a half hour and you're
my
like,
son did that.
Where did my day go?
Yeah.
Yes.
My son deleted YouTube off his phone.
Oh, I'm proud of him.
18-year-old, yeah.
That's great.
Yep.
Good.
He's
already
consuming
aware
my
of
life.
It. Yeah.
Yeah, so he deleted it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
But anyway, going back to taking care of ourselves in a healthy way, physically, watching what you intake, the foods we eat. And we were talking earlier about how, what is put into our foods in America.
Yes.
And, how it's not healthy. And foods are created to be addicting on purpose because they want you to keep buying it. And then we wonder why, people are, obesity is the highest it's ever been in America. So it's important to read what you're eating. Read the ingredients in what you're eating.
Yeah, do the research, right?
Yes.
Yeah, all natural.
Yep.
Yes. A friend of mine always says, only shop on the outside of the grocery store.
Yep, exactly.
If we could just train everyone in America
to shop on the
outside of the
perimeter.
Grocery store, we would all be so much healthier.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yep. And
even I was going to throw out even walking, right? I mean, people think that you have to run or ride a bike or do something strenuous. As we get older, our bodies actually like the anaerobic better, and it's better for us, right? Just stay active, and whether it's yoga, Pilates, walking.
Resistance training is also extremely important for as
keep
our
those muscles.
chronological number increases.
Yeah.
It's important to do resistance training. So going to the gym, lifting weights,
Yep.
Body weight at least.
Yeah.
But lifting heavy is really good for our bones and our muscles. And, otherwise we'll lose it.
Yep.
And then it's difficult to get into, vehicles and, doing everyday things. We want to be able to do that for as long as possible. So.
Yep.
And then you feel better.
Definitely feel better.
Yeah.
I was also going to throw out the spring cleaning, right? Because in the spring you can, just a great time of year to do it, is make space and purge and kind of get rid of all the things. I just went through my closet recently and took out and donated a whole bunch of clothes because, I'm like, Right, I haven't worn this in 2 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, just making space is huge.
Funny you say that, because I literally just did the same thing.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like spring cleaning. Yeah.
Yep. I went through my closet and
Yep.
like just grabbed everything that I don't.
Yeah.
Am I gonna wear this again? Eh.
Yeah.
And just kind of went through the whole closet.
And the emotional feeling of that, and just making space, and
Yeah.
you know, having room for something new, or
Yeah.
you know, whatever you're manifesting, or have on your vision board, it might appear in that space that you made.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you could take that in a, as an analogy to life. Like sometimes we need to purge some things that aren't working
Yes.
for us anymore, and we got to
Yeah.
make room for new things to come in. And so sometimes we have to do that.
Yeah. The I think I just saw something the other day about you know, if it's in the past, leave it in the past, because if you have a hand in the past and you're trying to move forward, it's not going to work.
It's
so
going to weigh
well.
you down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, it's true.
Good stuff.
Yeah, it
Nice.
is good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what else did we want to talk about? You mentioned something about personal growth.
Personal growth, yes. Yeah. Well, we could bring up Bright Side of Broken again, right? All the things that happen in your life, and
Yeah.
how to move on and look back and be grateful for
Yeah.
the experiences that we've had.
Yeah. Again, guiding people to look at, what good comes out of, some of these things that we go through
Right.
that we either didn't expect or, just kind of came out of nowhere, so it seemed, and
Right.
How we looking back on it and analyzing, what did I learn from this?
Right.
What do I not want to do next, or what do I want to stay away from, or
Right.
how do I want to live my life going forward,
Yeah.
and just choosing what's best. And
Yep.
I found that leaning on God and asking Him, because He knows our best more than we do,
He does.
and just looking at those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know we talked about goal setting already. One of the things that I like to do in the spring is go back, right? You're like 3 months into the year. You can go back and review your goals and see where you're at on that path.
Yes.
And that way you'll stay on that path
Yes.
that you want to have happen, for that time.
Yep.
So.
And looking at your word for the year too, because we talked about that in January, about how we have one word for the year, and where are we? What things have we experienced that you've seen that relate to that word?
Yeah.
And how it's moving along.
Yeah. My word from last year was so strong that it showed up all the time. Like I never had to go back and assess.
Yeah. Okay. Because you're constantly in it.
Oh my gosh, constantly in it. Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
And you warned me about that. You said that's going to be a really rough, tough word to have.
Yep.
And it really was. So, yeah.
But that's how you grow.
It did.
The most.
I feel like I grew a lot last year. So
Yeah.
That's good.
The harder, the more challenging
The word.
the word,
Yeah.
the more you grow.
Yep.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
There's that analogy to gold refining,
Yeah.
like gold and silver, like refinement, like you're under the fire.
Yeah.
But when it comes out,
come out,
it's like shiny and beautiful.
Wow.
Which you are.
I love that. Thank you.
Yes. But and maybe that's why this year your word is soar.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe
Because doing all that
yeah.
groundwork has now allowed you to be able to soar this year.
Yeah. And one of my favorite sayings is grow where you're planted, but it's also planting those seeds, right? I think if you plant enough seeds,
Yes.
all of a sudden your life is going to
Yeah.
blossom into a fabulous, you put in all the work.
Yeah.
We just finished talking about hard work, where we don't
Yeah.
necessarily have to work harder, but if you plant the seeds and you put those things in place,
So,
something's going to happen,
gonna
right?
grow,
You
yeah.
put something in the ground, something's going to happen. So,
that's true.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
If you're watering it.
Yes, yes.
As long as you're watering it.
Yes, and that's why I say go back and check
Yeah.
out your goals, check out your word of the year, see how you've evolved, and just kind of keep
Yeah.
processing that and
Yeah.
going forward, right? Yeah.
I look back at all the words that I had over the years. And it's been, let's see, this is my 10th word, so I've been doing this for 10 years.
Oh my gosh. I might have 5.
You've had 5? Okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the first word that I received was brave.
Brave. I remember that.
And I knew when I got that word, I was like, I don't want to be brave. Because I knew what was coming, or at least I thought I knew what was coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
And and every word up until I'd say maybe 2 years ago was really, really challenging.
Hard, yeah.
Really challenging.
Have you ever picked a word and then decided maybe this isn't my word? Have you ever changed it out? No?
Nope.
Okay.
No, because it was like, I got this word, this is what I was given,
Yeah.
so I'm
You're sticking
gonna
with it,
learn whatever I can from it. Yeah, because I don't ever want to have to do it over.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if I get a word, it means I have so our friend Jenny Mack, she got, I forget which word she had. Oh, it was hope.
Yeah.
She had the word hope, and then the next year she got the same word, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm getting this word again."
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a long.
Yeah.
And
that can be a tough word too. Yeah.
It can.
Yeah.
It can.
And one thing I was going to share is that if you've made goals in January and you're into March, you can always adjust those goals. You know, I asked about adjusting the word. Obviously, that's kind of a faith, a gift, right? A gift that we're given is our word of the year in our minds.
I agree.
But with goals, you might set a goal and decide, you know, maybe I need to tweak this. Maybe I need to make it more challenging. If you get to March and you've met all your goals,
time to make some new goals.
You should probably make some new ones. Make some harder goals, right?
Yeah. Or maybe more, more challenging goals, perhaps. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you also want to make sure not to reach too far, because then once you get to the end of the year, and you can put it on the next year's list.
And it could be disappointing, right, if you don't make any of your goals.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's a happy medium there.
There is.
For sure.
Yeah. And you could do, you know, the ones that you know are doable, have some that are somewhere in the middle, and then have a stretch goal.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. We used to do that for marathon training.
Yeah.
It would be like, okay, I have my, my goal is to qualify for the Boston Marathon, let's say, for example.
Right.
And then, if I'm running along and I'm like, yeah, this ain't happening today.
Yeah.
Then what's your secondary goal?
Yep.
And then, if that doesn't happen, it's like, okay, just finish.
Yeah.
And sometimes that doesn't happen, so just do what you can.
Yes. Yeah.
Because you just,
Yeah.
have to.
I commend you for all the marathons that you've run.
Oh, well, thanks, girl. Thanks, girlie.
I've done half marathons, and I get to mile 11, and I'm like, I could not keep doing this.
Well.
And it's a great accomplishment, whether you sign up for a half marathon or a full marathon, to get to the end of it.
Part of our goal setting is to set attainable goals.
Yes.
Right? So do something that is like,
Yep.
You may not want to sign up for a marathon just if you've just started running.
Yeah, sign up for a 5K or a half marathon.
Yeah. Start with a mile and then 5K, 10K, half marathon, like whatever you are going towards.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
Nice.
Small baby steps.
Yeah. So in your life, did you have any strong women that you looked up to?
Growing up, or like in my career,
life in general, Since it's International Women's Day on March 8th.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, there's lots of women that I get inspired from. Yeah. You're one of them.
Thank you.
I feel like you and I are very much alike, but at the same time, we're very different.
We are.
And the things that, the gifts you've been given are different than the gifts that I'm given.
Yes.
So I always appreciate and it inspires me to be more like some of the qualities that you have.
Yeah.
And so.
And that's how I feel about you. Like the marathon discussion, I could never run a full marathon, but I commend you that you can do that.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah.
But like you would come in and take charge, when I was getting married and.
Oh yeah.
I'm all frazzled and you're like, okay, we're going to do this right now. And, you know, you would hand me something. It was like you were my, my wedding planner. You would just come in and like take care of things. Yeah. And I love that.
Yeah. That's my project management skills, right?
Exactly. And I love that.
Yeah.
It's like you're organized, you know, like, you know exactly how projects work and what steps to take. And like, I love that.
Yeah. And it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun because, well, and I think when you come in and you do those steps, like in an emotional event of getting married and there's so much going on, like if you can stay focused on those steps to get you down the altar, saying your vows, right? Like focused on the end goal.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's what I was trying to do because,
I know, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. And you had other people that were more emotional, which I loved. Yes, I have a way of like, all right, this is what we're here for.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bill used to say, he would be like, are we going to talk about it or are we going to do it?
Yes.
Or he would say,
I remember that.
Or he was, what's the main objective?
Yeah.
Like he would say to Adam when he was little, what's the main objective? And Adam would, in his little voice, would be like, get ready for school. Okay, then let's get ready for school.
Oh,
because he would get sidetracked and, you know.
Yes, and he was also a project manager.
He was also a project manager.
Yes,
so,
that's funny. Nice.
Yep. But, and then Jenny Mack, who also wrote a book. Yeah, she's actually wrote a couple books now.
What's the name of it?
So she wrote Train to Trust.
There you go.
And then she also wrote Press On. So Jennifer McAllister is her name.
Yeah.
And you can get her books on Amazon. And she also does devotionals for YouVersion. So if you're familiar with the app called YouVersion, you can find her, look up her name and find her devotionals.
Yeah. And she was on our first season.
She was a guest, She was a guest on one of our
for 2 episodes.
Yeah. Yeah. And she...
it's funny, I could see her book. I couldn't remember the name of it, so thank you for that.
Yeah, of course, of course. I'm glad I remembered it.
Yes.
And I didn't get
yes.
you know.
Yeah.
But but she's been an inspiration to me too.
Yeah.
And, you know, she knows this, but I'll be talking to friends and I'll be like, well, as Jenny Mack would say.
Yes, I've heard that many times.
Blah, 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 blah. She has all these sayings that like stick in my head. And so she inspires me too.
That's fabulous.
Yeah. And
nice.
Yeah, I've got, definitely a few women that I, that come to mind. There's somebody else. So my friend Kate, who you've met.
Yeah, Kate.
So she's, I love it because everyone's different from each other.
Yes.
Like you're a certain way, Jenny Mac's a certain way, and then Kate's a very different certain way too.
Yeah.
And she's more like everything's going to work out.
Oh, I know.
You know,
I wish I had that carefree.
She has, very much.
We got this.
Yeah, like leans on God, and she doesn't get anxious. She doesn't worry. It's like, oh, I know this is all going to work out because her faith is so strong.
Yeah. That's
which
great.
is amazing to me.
Yeah. Yes. Let go and let God, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it always works out in her favor.
Nice.
So it's really cool.
That's cool.
We're all created different. And
yeah.
Who are some people that?
Well, definitely you, because the marathon, the way that we talk about your book, how every Monday you would go to the coffee shop. Like you have this religious regiment to your schedule when there's something that you want to accomplish.
Like structured or...
Yes, and I commend you for that, right? The training for the Boston Marathon, that's how many people actually get to go run the Boston Marathon, right? Yeah. And creating your book and the schedule that you had where every Monday you would go to the coffee shop and work on your book. It was great. I knew every Monday where you would be because I know how faithful you are.
And you have my location.
And I have your location.
Oh, she's at the coffee shop. You're like my accountability too.
Yes.
Is she where she said she was going to be?
Right.
Yes.
And besides you, I would say I have to share this story. I have an aunt who, when I was growing up, right, I grew up very small town in Wisconsin on a farm. I had all these boys, my brothers, boys next door. I was very much a tomboy. But my Aunt Marcia would travel the world and she would buy clothes, but it was called the Boston store, which is no longer in business.
Oh, wow.
But she would fly all over the world and go to China and Italy and buy clothes for the department store. And I was just like, one day I want to travel like Aunt Marcia and get the heck out of here.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And you
so
did.
she was definitely my inspiration. Yeah, as a little girl. And yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's funny because Aunt Rosie was my,
There you go.
yeah.
Yeah.
I always looked up to her and wanted to be like her. And
Yeah.
yeah. And my cousin Sue.
Isn't it fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
I love
just,
it.
she would always come back with like the best clothes and stories about the world. And yeah, so now I can say I've seen the world and traveled and
Yeah,
a little
you've
more
done
settled
quite a
now.
bit.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes. I love that.
I love it too. Good stuff.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
Right.
Well, if anyone out there wants to set goals or, figure out how to spring clean and clean out their lives and move forward, you can reach out. We have coaches that can help with that. If you can't figure it out on your own, we're happy to help. And we wish everyone a wonderful spring.
Yeah.
Thank
Happy
you.
spring.
Thank you.
To find your call to purpose, visit our website at yourcalltopurpose.com or scan the QR code on the bottom of your screen.
And if you're interested in Toni's book, visit her website at tonyriley.com or scan the QR code.